Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They're led out by Kirk Cousins, former Michigan State product, who's now in his 11th NFL season.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
First play, here's Cousins. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man, complete. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Brutal, so take away the long touchdown.
It's a cruel game sometimes, partner.
So the illegal forward pass also costs him a down, and now it's 2nd and long. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This is going to be the matchup to watch out on the perimeter, and it won't be the last time these two go at it. Both of them believe they are the superior. In this case, the win goes to the defense.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return. A big kick, 50 yards that time, with a return of 4. And it'll be Dolphin football. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by the southpaw Tua Tagovailoa in his 3rd season now out of the University of Alabama. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that is incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. And this returnable for Rager. Almost outkicked his coverage there. 48-yard punt, but 10 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Cousins. Being chased out left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down. Throwing, Cousins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. It's a gain of 35. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Cousins to throw it. Buying time to his left. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now, meanwhile, here's a 2nd down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now Cousins rolling to his left. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions. What was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And down inside the 15 he goes. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And here he'll get it down to 7. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Cook again. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Vikings are on the board first here this afternoon. And there the counter play proves successful for the touchdown. What typically makes a counter play in general successful, Charles?
Well, what you're trying to do, Brandon, is to get the team moving in one direction, meaning the defense, get them going in one direction and then wall them off with your blocking and bring it back in the other direction. That way, you don't actually have to punish them with your blocking. You just position them. And if you have any kind of a good back, he'll take full advantage of it and gain good yardage.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. So Miami coming out for their second drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
They're going for Jefferson downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they're going to decline that and choose to bring up 2nd down.
So did you feel like maybe this is just a mistake that they don't take the penalty here?
Possibly.
Either that or they feel like their defense.
He's got a man. Complete. He's at the 30. 10. 5. Touchdown. Vikings. I think it's safe to say we won't call it a touchdown passes longer than that this year, partner.
No, I would agree with that totally. And right now you're looking at an offensive coordinator. Conservative would not go next to his name. Risk taker, definitely, because he valued the opportunity to create a big play against what could have been disaster if they end up getting sacked or fumbling the ball in the shadow of their own goal line.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
to his throw here, taken in by Gesicki.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. Here's Tua. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Based on what we've seen so far, we can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
This is brought in at the 21. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. With a glimpse of Justin Jefferson, the wide receiver, as he and the Minnesota Vikings return back here on offense.
He's up over 100 yards, has the touchdown. He's a big-time receiver in this league, so the question becomes, how do you limit him going forward? And that's caught inside the 30.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins, 26 yards.
And the Vikings have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
Boy, so if you are scoring at home, Charles, and God bless you if you are, but that's now 3 drives and 3 touchdowns.
So in a baseball game, wouldn't that wreak havoc on your scorecard?
Yes.
I mean, with all the action that's happening now, how they got here, whatever cliche you want to bring into it, they're locked into a groove, they're clicking on all cylinders. Bottom line, they're piling up the points.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse if this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 40-score deficit. If they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete. Now the veteran Thomas Morton. He's been terrific so far. This will be fielded at the 17. Take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Oh, he nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Vikings will be set up well as they take over in great field position. 1st and 10. A first down throw for Cousins. Airs it out toward the corner of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Out to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Throwing is Cousins. He's got him in. Complete. Touchdown, Vikings. Jameson Williams, 47 yards. And the Vikings continue to pull away here in this first half.
It's not too often that you say, hey, this one's going to be over by halftime, and CD, I know our bosses probably don't want us to say that because they don't want people clicking away, but this one might be over by halftime.
And since you already put your job on the line by actually saying it, I will co-sign and go with you because you're my partner. We don't mean to do it, but this game has been exactly as you've described. I see no hope for them going forward.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and it is 28-0.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays.
And it was Jameson Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. On the ground, it's...
Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return. A scoop and score for the Vikings.
Well, Charles, I mean, things just seem to be getting worse and worse for one sideline. Or flip it over after that fumble return for a touchdown. Better and better on the opposite end. What an impressive first-half performance.
And, partner, I know the saying in the NFL goes that no lead is safe, but I will say that this one seems pretty secure. And if we continue to see plays like that, I'm going to switch back and say this lead is safe.
Joseph on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. And here comes Raheem Mostert in the Miami offense.
Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards in the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
Second down, here's Mostert again. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. The offense on third down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third and a few inches. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Once again, it's Mostert. And he's going to be met at about the 43. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Tua sets up to pass it. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. Incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game planned for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now he'll let it go on the run, deep left side, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. 4th down, Cousins. He's got a man, complete. The 20. Touchdown, Vikings.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there. Unable to do so, that makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Kevin O'Connell choosing to lead his guys out there. They'll go for 2. Cook, they'll try and run it.
And Bowler, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Mostert bringing in the quick throw.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st down, Tagovailoa.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Steps away to his left. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th. Here's Thomas Morstead now, as he's on for the 5th time here today. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. And this will be a Vikings first down as he gets this up past the 30.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So we've reached halftime here in Minnesota with the Vikings on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome everyone to our brand new studios.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
First, though, time for a check of the next-gen stats from that first half for Miami. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Tua going to throw. Forced out to his left. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Looking to pass. Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Daniil Hunter drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 33.
A nice return that time of about 14 yards.
And that will come the offense as they take over. It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. He's going to fire one, corner the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Jamison Williams.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
Joseph connects on the extra point,
and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense from the... One-play drive and into the end zone for 6.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback. Well, this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And he will lose yardage here back. Yard line.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
They got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments and usually only at halftime, but the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
And now out comes Minnesota.
And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well, only needing one.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Vikings.
Jamison Williams, 70 yards. And the Vikings have got it on cruise control.
It's been quite the game for him individually. A trio of touchdown catches now.
So pick a route, any route. Whatever you want him to run, he's going to do it and do it well and end up in the end zone. This has really been fun to watch.
Joseph now to have the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And not willing.